Hi, my name is Alexis Schinder, and I will be giving you a reason to vote no on State Question 777. So, when you see the words right to farm, what do you think of? Because what I think of, and the first thing that comes to mind, is my hometown. And just a few miles down the road in any direction of my house, you'll see 3 dairy farms, 2 poultry farms, a goat farm, and 2 crop farms. These are just a few surrounding my house, not to mention what the rest make up of my hometown. So just so you know, when voting yes on question 777, this means that you will be voting for rights to farmers to have in the court of law, that there will be a case concerning with anything in agriculture, that it'll be handled as seriously as freedom of speech or gun rights or religion freedom. And that sounds great, but there's a catch, because we already have laws in place for Oklahoma to have agricultural standards in court. So we don't really need those. And what those are doing is creating hoops for us to have to jump through as farmers in the state of Oklahoma, and making it easier for foreigners who come to Oklahoma and buy land and be able to own farms and not have to jump through hoops and not have to deal with any checks and balances. Also, when voting yes to State Question 777, you're making it harder on small mom and pop farms that are competing with big name corporations. In order to pass the law, they will in turn be replaced by new bylaw standards that'll actually make family-owned farms harder. So not only are they competing with bigger corporations already, but now it's just going to make it worse. But really, when I ask you a question, when you go to Walmart or Target or wherever you buy your food, do you really want a big name corporation, or do you want something family owned? Do you want something clean? Do you want something reliable that you can depend on? So when voting yes, also you will have removed the rights of Oklahoma voters by putting agricultural law and making it out into the hands of the judiciary hands, which means that they remove our rights as a state and put it into federal government. This making the words of our state when it comes to farming less meaningful. It doesn't matter what our state says. It's going to be in the hands of the federal government. And what do they know about farming? So, when you vote yes, you will give free rein to the industrial corporation and operations to also pollute water and the environment and erode local economies. So, if you care anything about the well-being of, our agriculture or our state, you would stand by not letting this vote carry through. Because what you're doing when you do that is you're putting things such as puppy mills and cockfighting and factory farms easier to get a license and go through with all of this animal cruelty and endangering our environment. And these are things we don't want. We don't want to make our own people in the state of Oklahoma harder for us to deal with farming. We want to make it easier. So in order to do that, I implore you to vote no. Voting yes seems like the easier thing to do, but when you vote no, you're actually voting yes for local farmers. You're voting yes for the Morgans who live down my street and raise dairy. You're voting yes for the Smiths who have a wheat farm that are 2 blocks down from my house. You're voting yes for your local farm. And that is what we want to deal with. We want to deal with family owned. We want to deal with dependable and reliable and clean services. And I'm not saying that big corporations aren't, but local is better. And that's all we want. Oklahoma made, Oklahoma grown, Oklahoma loved. So thank you, and I hope that you vote no to State Question 777.